Hey everyone, it's me, Stock Picks by Tim, and in today's video I want to look at Workhorse stock, or WKHS. We do have a recent update from Workhorse here on December 28th, just a day ago, so I'm going to look into that. There's definitely some bad news, I'd say, but some good news as well. So let's get into this. We're also going to check out the chart here at the end. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, check out the links down below, and I will leave everything I go over here down below as well for you. So let's take a quick look at Workhorse stock. And here we go, guys. December 28th, just yesterday as of this upload, Workhorse Group provides a business update. And like I said, we've got some negatives, we've got some positives. First off, they did decide to discontinue the C1000 because they want to focus on advancing their product roadmap for the W4, the W750, and their W56. And as you may know, the C1000 was it was the previous Workhorse essentially. New management took over. They decided to try to run with the C1000 and just go through the rest of the inventory, get the issues figured out. They had some suspension issues, so they got the rear suspension issues done. Then they had more suspension issues with the front. Seems like they are discontinuing them for those reasons. And it says here, Workhorse is discontinuing the C1000 effective immediately as it fully focuses its resources on advancing its product roadmap for the W4CC, W750, W56. After thorough engineering review, durability testing, and careful consideration, the company determined that increasing time, cost, and resources being devoted to the C1000s are better allocated to the development and production of its other vehicles and products. As a result, the company expects to record a non-cash inventory write-off of approximately $10 million plus disposal costs. So you can definitely look at this two ways. You can see this as a negative because they weren't able to successfully get those vehicles out and sold. You could look at it as a negative because it's likely going to hurt this quarter, but you could also look at it as a positive, knowing that the C1000s were going to be discontinued in the end anyways. They were going to use the rest of their inventory and stop with that. So in a way, it can help them get on their next vehicles that are actually going to have more of a lasting effect. So in a way, you can see that as a bit of a good thing. It's definitely mixed. It would have been nice to see them get these C1000s out successfully, have things go good, get some sales, make some revenue on that. But instead, they get a chance to work on their main flagship products, scrap the C1000s, which was the old Workhorse anyways, and we'll see sooner how their new vehicles are actually going to be like. It would have took a little bit longer with the C1000s. If they would have continued with the C1000s, their other vehicles would have had a longer roadmap, as we saw that their roadmap did get shortened here because of skipping on the C1000s now. But let's keep looking here. We have some really good news, and the company received notice from the SEC that the previously disclosed investigation of the company has concluded, and the SEC does not intend to recommend any enforcement action against the company at this time. Remember this huge issue with the SEC investigating Workhorse? That is no longer. They found out that Workhorse is okay, nothing criminally going on there. And it's definitely a good step for Workhorse to be past this SEC issue. And also, we've got some news about the W4CCs. These vehicles that were previously delayed in ports are now beginning to be shipped to Workhorse facilities. The company is working expeditiously, if I said that right, to deliver the vehicles to customers. And as said by the CEO, we are pleased to conclude 2022 with legacy issues behind us. The old issues with the previous Workhorse, and are looking ahead to 2023 fully focused on executing our commercial vehicle roadmap and advancing our aero and stables and stalls business. As you guys may know, on the previous earnings call, they did talk about the stables and stalls, which is essentially a place that you can maintain vehicles, you can charge them, and they're also doing their own route with FedEx, implementing EVs as they go. But if you want more details on that, check out their earnings. I'll leave you guys a link down below for that. So the CEO, Rick, continues, we're on track with our plans to ramp up production and deliveries across our W4CC, W750, W56 in 2023 and beyond. The conversations we've had with customers over the last several weeks have reinforced that demand for our vehicles is strong. We remain confident in our ability to win in the EV market and create value for our customers, our communities, and shareholders. Now, they did reaffirm their revised guidance for 2022, which includes manufacturing delivering approximately 25 to 100 vehicles and generating between 5 and 15 million in revenue. The company expects to generate significant revenue growth in 2023 as it ramps up production of its products. Significant revenue growth. So we're definitely going to have an interesting year here for 2023. 2022 was an iffy year, I'd say, for Workhorse. We did have some good things. We had new management. We definitely have made a lot of progress from the old Workhorse. It does seem to me that the CEO is making great strides with the company. And, I definitely have a lot of faith in the CEO. That being said, this company is not without its risks. It is barely pulling in any revenue. It is not a profitable company. They are burning cash, and they definitely have a long way to go till profitability. But I am willing to speculate a little bit of cash on Workhorse. To me, for this one, the risk is worth the reward. but always do your own research. Next up, let's look at the chart. We've definitely got some things there to show you. And it's hitting new lows. We're down at 150 just about. We do have a support here at 130. And funny enough, if you look back, you'll see that we are right in our 2020 March low. We are at that low point now, if not just pennies away. So if this area doesn't hold, we do have a support here right at 130. If that doesn't hold, we have the infamous $1. And if we were to break $1, of course, then all the panic can set in because of delisting notifications from the NASDAQ. But I'm unsure if Workhorse will even get to $1 or not. I do think the majority of the pain is already in. The Fed's only set to raise a few more rate hikes before either maintaining or slowly turning around. But it all really does depend on inflation, the housing market, and employment. Macro environment aside, I do believe in Workhorse for the long term. And just looking at the technicals, it's definitely bearish. You're hitting new lows. That's not a good thing to do. The RSI is getting to oversold, and the MACD looks bearish. Now, one thing, since Workhorse does expect 5 to 15 million for their 2022 year, we do see a 10.75 million expected revenue for their quarter ending in December here. And this is a quarter that's going to be reported in March, a few months away, but this is basically capping off the end of this year. You'll see the previous quarter, they got 1.5 million. Quarter before that, only 12,000. Quarter before that, 14,000. So based on their expectations of revenue for the year, we could either hit this revenue or miss it. So to me, that shows that there's a little bit of a lack of confidence in Workhorse, in their exec team hitting this number, just based on their broad horizon of 5 to 15 million on this year. But one good thing will be, this is one of the first quarters that could have a significant growth in revenue, and I mean very significant. Going from only 1.5 million to potentially 10 million or so could be a really great feat for Workhorse. I'll hold my breath, honestly, because of the C1000's delay. I don't think they're going to hit this number. We'll see where they go. We'll see if we at least see some growth in revenue from this last quarter. Of course, they're not profitable. Of course, this is high risk, high reward. But that's it for now, guys. Let me know how you feel about Workhorse stock. Did you take your tax losses on it, seeing as we're approaching the new year? Is this a long-term speculative hold for you? Or is it just a swing when things get better? Let me know down below in the comments. Thanks as always, guys. Take it easy.